What is going on, you guys? This is Spidey64 back here once again with yet another NASCAR 164 scale diecast review. And it's kind of been it's been a while since we've done a diecast review. Well, okay, not a while, but there's been a significant gap since the last diecast review that we did. You know, and all that sort of stuff. And I just kind of have to say that I do apologize for the big gap in time between these videos. It's just because a lot of these cars, there was a short delay in some diecasts, but for the most part, though, there are some more diecast reviews coming up here pretty soon. So that is something that I do want to just say right off the bat, and that is there will be some more diecast reviews and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and actually, believe it or not, this was actually one of the first ones that I was going to review. I wasn't so sure if this was going to come today or maybe Tuesday or Monday, or I don't really know. And that is, we're here to have a look at, here today, at Shane Van Gisbergen's number 16, Colleague Racing, number 16, WhetherTech, 2024 Camaro, Chevy Camaro. Yeah, I kind of butchered that, but yeah, we're here to have a look here today at SVG's WhetherTech car that he ran in a few races in part-time in the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season. And yeah, as of course you can see, it's this is not a this is a standard edition. It is not a race win. And before we actually kind of get into the diecast review itself, I think it is important that I do mention my status as a NASCAR diecast collector. So I do not collect these standard editions anymore because I don't do my stop motion series anymore. I don't have a reason to go out and get these cars. However, though, I do have an exception for some drivers. For example, which I did want this SVG car because, well, quite simply because it's one of his first few Cup cars out there. And I bet you right now that as the years go on, a lot of people are going to be wanting, of course, his Chicago car, which was made in the standard edition, and also the race version. I have the race version. And then also people are going to be wanting some from his part-time season in 2024 at the same time as well. So I especially wanted to get this. And also because I'm a Trackhouse fan, I do want to get some diecasts of the drivers. So that's another reason why I got this diecast. So, and I do plan on getting some other standard edition cars. And actually the last one we reviewed was another Colleague Racing car. It was AJ's Mountain Dew Cheetos car. And here we're about to do one for SVG. So that's kind of my status right now. But let's get into the review itself. As I'm doing a 360 view of the car. A really nice looking scheme for SVG. Shane Van Gisbergen. Looking really new. Looking really nice. So yeah, it is basically a white paint scheme, but still though, it is pretty effective though. I gotta admit, you know, simple yet really nice. I guess that's kind of the best way to describe it. So, yeah. So I am taking a little bit of a 360 look at the car just to see if there's anything of note. There's really nothing I can see. Now, we will do a little bit of a comparison between this and the Xfinity car. It's back there. So let's go ahead and get into the sponsors here real quick. So, of course, on the banner, you have Chevy, and then you have Van Gisbergen right there. And then you have WhetherTech with the roof, or with the hood louvers right there, or the vents. You got WhetherTech.com on the front, and of course here's the Chevy Camaro front nose, where of course it is slightly misprinted, but it's not as bad as a certain other diecast that has become pretty infamous. That has become infamous for me. I still have that thing stashed away. Ugh, I can't look at that thing. Got number 16 right there. You got Sonunco, colleague Sonunco. Got Goodyear on the wheel well. You got the gunmetal gray rims right here. So this was something I kind of was not really so sure that was on the Cup, that was on the standard editions. I know I've seen this for the race wins, but I wasn't so sure if that was like completely like, you know, a 100% accurate thing. You got a Cup Series number 16 right here with that beautiful chrome-plated number. You got SVG with the New Zealand flag, WhetherTech, LA Golf, see safety culture, quad lock action. Safety culture and quad lock, those are some sponsors for SVG. I think they were on a few of his Cup cars this year. And then, of course, you got Wendy's right there. There is a Wendy's car coming out very, very soon. That's definitely going to be a diecast that I'm definitely going to be reviewing because I love me some good old Wendy's. Got leaf filter right there. You got number 16, WhetherTech, Van Gisbergen, WhetherTech back there. And then you got WhetherTech 16, Camaro ZL1 with the rookie stripes. And it's kind of funny looking at those rookie stripes considering that he's won a Cup race. Well, then again, I mean, there are some things that he's still a rookie to, of course, you know, to oval racing. And it's the same stuff on the other side as usual. And for the most part, as I'm really kind of looking throughout the car, I don't really see too many oopsies. Actually, I can see one. The spoiler right here isn't fully painted. And then you got the rivets back here. Which, is that on the... Yeah, so Lionel Racing is still continuing to put the rivet details on here. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and compare this to the Xfinity car, which we already talked about kind of briefly on one of the Xfinity videos. And of course, as you can see, it's the same paint scheme, basically. Which is kind of odd considering that a lot of the paint schemes from Cup to Xfinity, even trucks, sometimes they don't change. But it's pretty good to see that, to see this here. Now, looking at the cars themselves, I gotta admit, I kind of like the way it looks on the Xfinity car, just because you could see the full detail. So you see you have these lines, these swoosh lines kind of going across in red and blue. Right there, looking pretty nice. And then, of course, Colleague Racing, you know, they have the yellow number. If I do have to admit, I prefer the, what would you call it? I prefer the red number. Like especially on Zane Smith's WhetherTech car, which is in the NASCAR Authentics line, which I still haven't found yet, though. Then again, I am kind of hesitant on whether or not to get that because of some stuff that has been said on the Discord server. But for the most part, it is the exact same scheme, which is pretty cool to see it actually incorporated this, because most of the time, the schemes are different, varying on the series. And actually, just notice on here, there's a little, some yellow thing right there, or like something weird right there. Let's see if I can get that off. I got it off. Okay, that was some kind of weird plastic thing. But yeah, really like these two paint schemes, and I know for damn sure that these are going to be pretty sought after releases. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that is the Xfinity version. And there's really not much else to talk about this scheme other than the fact that this will not be the last time that you will see this SVG car, or that you will see an SVG review. And what actually is kind of funny is that this car almost did win the Cup race at Watkins Glen, though of course, you know, a mistake from SVG caused them to win. And then, of course, you know, Chris Buescher was able to go by. It was all fun. It was all good and fun right there. You know, nothing too hard. Of course, SVG will continue to run WhetherTech, the WhetherTech car, next year. That will be his main primary sponsor, probably with Wendy's Quad Lock and Safety Culture, as well with Trackhouse Racing. But this is probably going to be a bit of an obscure kind of look for SVG. I know for sure a lot of people are going to be going back and saying, he ran for colleague during that time. I know a lot of people are going to be saying that. Because this car is mostly known for AJ Allmendinger. And, of course, he's going to be coming back to this paint scheme and stuff like that. So, yeah. But with that really kind of being said, that's really kind of going to do it for this review. A bit of a short one this time around, but it is good to get back into these diecast reviews. And we're going to end off the year pretty strong with most of these diecast reviews. So that's going to be damn good. So with that really kind of being said, hope all of you enjoyed the video. And with that being said, we'll see all of you in the next video.